I do believe Saracenen has lifelink. The attack's going to knock Ethan down to 2 life. And Noah's probably just going to pass turn. He doesn't really have to commit anymore. He's saying... Should be at 17 with the life gain. Yeah, that is correct. Noah should have it as long as he doesn't overextend into another type of Anger of the Gods ability. But even then, he has Burnt and Forge Tender, so right now, Ethan is trying to just win. I think that's the only way that he could do it, is flashing in this Pestermite, tap down, I don't know, planes, and just hope that Noah doesn't have another path or a instant speed removal. That's, I think, all you can do here. You could just knock the top of your deck and just try, but, I mean, you're almost dead. I would have also tapped both islands and 1 steam vents and left up steam vents, breeding pool, island, or 2 steam vents and a breeding pool and an island. I don't know. I would have tapped both of those islands and 1 steam vents. That's what I should have said. Oh, he does have the path. But he has the cryptic. So he should have just let that resolve, and because he did not let that resolve, he now, I believe, loses. But I could be wrong. He might have another thing in his hand, but that Splinter Twin is just certainly getting snapped on there. And if he drew a Snapcaster, he has a Dispel too. Yeah, so Ethan got that one 2-1. Noah played that Path to Exile a little weird. He could have just tried to let him go for it and just left it up. But right now he's going over recycling Path to Exiles with Mistveil Plains. But yeah, I think that if he would have... granted, I think that Ethan drew a Snapcaster on that last turn and he had 3 up, so he was able to Snapcaster Dispel. But I believe he should have just waited, let Ethan knock the top of his deck while he doesn't have 4 mana open for Cryptic, just cast the 4 mana spell with only 3 lands up, and then the Path to Exile might have resolved. Like I said, I don't know for certain that he drew a Snapcaster or a Counterspell, but assuming he did, it would have not resolved. So yeah, well, that's going on. I unfortunately don't have any awesome art or anything to leave you with, but I will be right back as I need to go get a bunch of things I forgot in the rush to get over here. And I also need to use the restroom. Everybody has to sometimes. So I will be right back, and if possible, I'll send somebody over here to talk to you for a little bit so you're not just bored staring at a blank white wall. But I need to use the restroom. So I'll be right back with round 2. So, be right back. I wasn't joking. It's really, really tiny back here. So I'm back. There's one match in each going on. This is the loser of the last match. Ethan did draw Snapcaster Mage, so I completely called it. Either way, he was destined to lose. It wasn't very fun.
The reason why I played that path, and I knew the path was played badly, but my assumption was he had drawn every possible card to not lose that game.
He did draw a lot of cards.
So I figured, I was like, he's got to be out of resources just holding a bunch of lands, or at least something. So I'm like, either
not with Ethan.
Yeah.
Never underestimate Ethan. He always has something in his hand.
I was playing around like the whole game. I was leaving up all of my removal instead of like playing out range of Eos, like tapping out for it, because I wanted to respect it the whole time. That's why I was trying to, like, there was a turn where I played Martyr in the very beginning of the game and not just running out Spellskite, because I wanted to see if I wanted my Spellskite to eventually resolve, stuff like that. It was just...
Yeah, like, I agreed with the, he played some weird remands.
Yeah, he did.
Like, there was like, one remand, it was on the Spellskite remand. I was like, oh, so he has, like, a mana leak or so, I don't know, and he just had nothing, and I went... I mean, I guess it cycled him a card, and it ultimately won him that game because it put him that last card to get the Snapcaster. But
yeah, the reason why I played that path at the very
it's just like that. You can't really justify playing cards like that when you get lucky. It might not still be the best play, and that's important to remember.
Oh yeah, it wasn't a normal play you would make, but against Ethan, it was the play I was going to make.
Jeez, there's a lot of.
Because I was tired of respecting it too much. I'm just gonna go for it.
Yeah.
But that was a good game though. It
wasn't a bad game.
Game 1, I rolled to 5 and I put him to like 3, and then he just comboed me out and I didn't have an answer for it. I left up. I always try to leave up planes all the time because Ethan, as a player, he actually will notice it and he'll
play around it or try to play around it, even if you don't have anything.
So I left it up the whole game 1, and that's what gave me a couple extra turns, but I didn't win game 1. And then game 2, I thrashed him, and then that game 3 was also not bad.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna win. I thought you had it locked down 100%. I even said like, oh, he definitely has this game down. Yeah, and then just Ethan's top deck stream went, great card, great card, great card, and that's the win.
Yeah, I thought I had one when I attacked the special, got the other special, and just had gas in my hand, and I had path up. So I thought the game was over, but it turns out Ethan angered the gods me.
Yeah, he had the Snapcaster to flash that back, and then he drew another Snapcaster. See, the main thing that I saw is I wouldn't have played that path on the last turn because he didn't have the land. Like, if he would have had 8 mana, I would have played it because at that point he could successfully Splinter Twin the creature and Cryptic or whatever.
I'm not gonna lie, it was not the best play.
Optimal play.
Optimal play at all, but it was a play I was gonna make against Ethan because me and Ethan played
a ton. Yeah, you guys know each other really well. That's different, I feel. If you know somebody, like, you know how their play style is and everything, you might play quite a bit differently against that person. I need to make a post saying we're even doing this because I am way far behind.
It's interesting because I was the one that taught him how to play the game, so it's easy to read him sometimes. But other than that, it was a good game though, for sure. Actually, this is like the first time I ever played Soul Sisters. I was borrowing the deck from him, and I was actually really surprised at how resilient the deck is. And
I was like, I just kept calling you Ethan because I'm used to him playing Soul Sisters. Yeah. And I was like, well, that's not right. I was like, they're both Ethan's decks. Yeah.
So I was actually surprised, and like Ranger of Eos was always sweet whenever I cast it. I never got to cast Archangel Thune.
I saw it in your hand there at the end.
Yeah, because it was always like I would have to tap out for it, or I always had 4 mana, and I always just didn't want to tap out against Twin, so that's why I left it up. I respect the cards too much, almost a lot of times. It bit me there at the end, but it wouldn't have mattered because of the snap dispel. It happens.
Yeah, we still got a card party going on. Let's see, modern, standard, FNM, card party. Let's call it that. It's always a card party.
Card party.
It's a card party at the hometown Hobbies. Hometown Hobbies. Let's see if we got somebody.
Some booty?
Yep. That means your round's up.
Oh, okay. Well, I gotta go back and play.
Alright, good luck, man. Let's see who we have. At the top of your screen is definitely Ralph Penn. As I could tell by his awesome wrist tattoos. And if I remember right, he's playing Heroic. And at the bottom of your screen we have Joe Lucas, who is playing not Bant Heroic. I think he has Hangerback, so he might be playing... Nope, green-white aggro. He might still be playing Hangerback. Hangerback's starting to see playing a lot of weird decks that I wouldn't expect it to. So green-white aggro versus Bant Heroic. I believe he's playing the green for Dramoka's Command. There might be something else, and it looks like they're rolling a spin down D20 to figure out who goes first, and they're actually just spinning it, they're not rolling it. So we'll see if they actually... Yeah, okay. Well, I can't tell what they're doing. Yeah, well, they keep doing that. I guess I'll go over the tournaments one more time. So on September 26th and 27th, we have the Battle for Zendikar pre-releases at midnight, 2 p.m., 6 p.m., 9 p.m. And then that Sunday, the 27th, we have them at 2 p.m. and 5 p.m., with 5 p.m. being the Battle for Zendikar booster box drawing. And if you played in each of the pre-releases that fired off, as in all of the ones that we successfully had a tournament for, you will be able to upgrade your box, so should your name be called, to a box of Modern Masters 2015. So I think that's awesome. If you don't think that's awesome, that's fine. But I think that is an amazing deal. Just giving out a free box of Modern Masters 2015, possibly. Either way, it's definitely a booster box of Battle for Zendikar that gets given away. So if you're in the area and you feel like playing some awesome Magic cards at competitive prices, we match everyone in the area. I'm almost positive on the pre-release entry fee price of $25 instead of $30. So if you're in the area and you feel like casting some spells, please stop by Hometown Hobbies at 1119 4th Avenue. I'm currently actually streaming from the retro video game store Rare Drops, which is connected to us. We ran a nice little hole in the wall and fed some wire through so I can have the camera next door at Hometown videotaping the players right now as they're sitting there not playing. I'm not sure why. As they do that, I get to sit in this little booth and stream, which is nice. Very, very kind of them, and thank you, Rare Drops, so much for letting us do this. So yeah, if you are at Marshall or you're in the area ever, come on by and play with some of the best in the... I would definitely the area, like the regional area, is in like within a 6-hour radius. I would say we have some of the best players in that entire area, if not the best. And some of them are some of the better ones in the country. They're obviously not the best in the country.